Hey guys, alright, so I decided instead of actually writing, I'm just gonna record everything. Yeah, maybe it's like just because I'm lazy and I'm tired and I just don't feel like writing, but or maybe it's because I'm in the film program and this is one way to utilize it. Let's go with that one. But yeah, so we're just gonna try this out. Let's see if this works. And yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not in my room right now because, well, my dearest wife wants to watch Bridesmaids. And so I'm just like, whatever. I haven't watched that movie yet, but she says I should. She says it's hilarious. So we'll see. All right, so now I don't know how to start this off. Okay, well, I'm in London. You already saw one of my videos, just like a short snippet of it. And yeah, once again, I'm very grateful. And I can't stop stressing that out because it was just awesome. There have been many of you that actually contributed to Ashley and I in order to come to this wonderful study abroad, which I'm honestly learning so much. Just to let you know, two things. If I'm looking that way, it's because I'm like seeing. Oh, hey, Gina, you just wrote something. I'll write you back. Anyway, so it's because I forget the camera's right there. And second, I'm looking down, it's because I have my calendar here just to remind me what we did. Um, and yeah, I'm more of, I don't know, I remember things pretty well. Things that mean a lot to me, and I also write in my journal. But I'm not really a big blog person unless like I'm gonna write like, such like a movie I like, or especially when it comes to me being picky with certain Disney films, but or any film for that matter. I'm not opinionated. Okay, so let's start off with when we got to the airport. I don't know, it kind of felt pretty big compared to other airports. I mean, I just remember walking for a long time, but it was such a weird experience because I started realizing, or so I felt, that everything seems to be marked. It's like walk this way, way out that way. This is how you get out, where you're going, walk fast. I don't know. In America, it's kind of like fend for yourself, and people don't really listen to those signs. But who knows? Maybe that's just me. Um, yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And then just walking out, there was a different type of smell in London air. Um, to be honest, I was kind of getting a little sick the first few days. I needed to get adjusted to that. I couldn't tell what it was, but I couldn't like really eat because of it. Kind of made me want to like throw up or something. But now I'm fine. I think when you live in a place for a while, you start getting accustomed to it, and that's all it takes, honestly. Still trying to keep up with the sleeping schedule. I thought I had it down, but not really. I found out today at church that I wasn't down for it because I literally have been awake before, like, I only had 1 hour of sleep, and it wasn't because I was like doing homework or anything. It was just I wasn't tired or something, and I was awake all day yesterday, and then I just couldn't go to sleep, and then I had 1 hour, and then we went to church, and I was awake suddenly, and then kind of started falling asleep in priest quorum. Not like priesthood was like any, and sorry, elders quorum, but not like elders quorum was boring or anything. But I don't know, it was just kind of funny. Like it was a good lesson. I don't know. But other than that, hey, yeah, no problem. That was boring. But yeah, so let's see what else. Yeah, and Lauren, she just broke a cup or a plate or something. Don't tell her. Don't tell her that I said that. But I helped her out, so she's a sweetheart. Anyway, and that's Lauren. I don't know your last name, Van something fancy. But yeah, I can never say your last name. Anyway, so we get to the tube, and that was pretty fun. We kind of felt embarrassed because it's Ashley and I with like each having 3 bags, and kind of felt a little privileged. I felt terrible. Everyone's like trying to fit into the tube, like all the citizens, and we're just there, these Americans, with our big bags. And we finally get to South Kensington, and there we wait for a bit, and finally Jeff and Tom and their lovely wives, and yeah, they came and found us, and I swear they took us the longest way, because now we have like shortcuts, like to get to our apartment. But maybe it was just like their way of showing us like, oh, hey, look, this is London. But me being pretty pessimistic, I'm like, well, I have 6 weeks here, so. But still, it was fun. I don't know, maybe it was just me being cranky and tired because the sleep has been affecting me. You know, humans. Anyway, so from there, we walked over to our apartment complex, which is next to, I think, what's the name? King's Road. Yeah, we're like in the middle of everything. It's really cool. And then the first night we actually ate at this place called, oh, I don't remember, but if I think about it, I'll bring it up again, but something Arm, which is near the South Kensington tube station, or underground, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it was pretty good. Really cool being in that environment. Kind of enticing at times. You know, I kind of want to drink a beer or something just because everyone just looks so carefree and they're just all happy. And yeah, I don't know, it was really cool. But of course, then again, I'm LDS, so whatever. But yeah, so then right after that, we took a little tour just around the area. They showed us where they lived, Tom and Jeff, because they're not living with us in this apartment complex. Somehow, I don't know why it didn't really work out that way. And let's see, then from there we saw one of the museums. I forget which one it was. But we're going to it soon. Yeah, we pass by it all the time. And we actually went and saw where we have class, which is at this cool church building here nearby. And that's where Ashley and I actually are fortunate enough to have church. So like we found out today that a lot of the other students have to actually travel like an hour away or so. I don't really know. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Church is true wherever you go. Whatever. Sorry, I keep saying that. Anyway, so then yeah, we then went back, and first night in London, slept, and then woke up, and let's see, what did we do after that? I think, oh yeah, next day we had class. Pretty cool because it's like a combination of all, I think, 5 or 6 classes, and they basically put all those classes together into one lecture, and you're just expected to do the homework. And I'm basically done with all my homework except for this one assignment where we have to write about 5 places, 5 things, or something like that that really resonated with us, and you know, really why it stood out to us. So yeah, I mean, that I can't really finish right now unless, I don't know, Ashley and I did a lot so far. But yeah, it's crazy to think that already it's almost been a week since we've been here. Yeah, that's awesome. And this time's gonna go by so quick. And I want to live here, like, so bad. I don't know if many of you know, but I'm actually really interested in applying to the film aesthetics here in the University of Oxford, or I've looked into Cambridge as well, but I don't know, something about Oxford. I want to go see the campus and check it out, and I know that it's hard to get in, but how many times I have to hear people tell me I can't do something? It goes on for all my life, but we'll see what happens. Can't say that I will get accepted or not, but that's what I want to do. So, and you know, still thinking about going to Harvard and get my MBA and JD there. But now I'm also thinking about UCLA, so you know, want to start a family. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm kind of digressing there. So after class, Sorry. It's to meet, whatever. Oh yeah. So then Ashley and I went to a pizza place just right next to the South Kensington Tube Station, the Underground, and it was, yeah, a nice pizza place. We've started noticing that service here is so quick when it comes to food. They're really on top of their things. We love it. Yeah, it's really awesome. The pizza was delicious. Ashley had ravioli, which was, she said it was like the best she's ever had. Just so cheesy and delicious. And I didn't really have a bite because once again I was still trying to get to the smell or get used to the smell of the air. And yeah, something that's really interesting around here is that a lot of people smoke just out in the open. I've never actually seen so many people smoke in my life. But, you know, you do you. Whatever. But yeah, I just think that was very interesting. And traffic here it's so cool. Sounds weird, right? But, you know, if you just cross the street, people are so polite. Like, it's not like New York where it's like, get off the road! And they all just start honking. Well, people still honk here, but there's just something so clean and organized about this place. Yeah. Then after that, we went to Harrods. I remember thinking, oh, it's just like a Macy's, but it's way better. It's really fancy, and just walking around there, I mean, we didn't buy anything. We were going to buy chocolates, and we were going to buy Ali Lamana her tea, but we decided we'll just wait till later. So yeah, we might just go back just to buy that tea for you, Lally. So it was really cool. It was like being in a museum or like a mall, but like a museum at the same time. The architecture is so amazing. It does feel like 10 times better Macy's, honestly. And of course, you know, growing up in New York, that's like one of the stores I always love to go to just to walk around. This one, yeah, it was so luxurious. I felt like a king. And we ate chocolate. Were giving out free chocolate there. And there's this place called Toy Kingdom, which was really cool. Kind of like I think it's like a mile down FAO Schwartz. Really sad that that's no longer in New York. That's a big part of my childhood. But yeah, it was like a mile down version of that. What else? Yeah, and then after that, Ashley and I didn't really spend too much time there. Maybe like an hour or so, not like the 2 or 3 hours that they allotted to us. But yeah, trying to think what else. And then after that, I think Ashley and I were just super tired that we just decided to go back and just sleep a bit, from what I remember. Yeah, that was oh yeah, Ashley and I, we just did laundry and stuff, and yeah, we didn't really do much for being in London that day. I think we were just so cranky and just like, yeah, just really out of it. And we just kept thinking, well, we got like 6 weeks or so. So yeah, we're not in a rush, honestly. We're good. I mean, but of course we're not being too lazy. This is a time for us to really soak in all this culture, and it's gotten me thinking about the people I've like seen around. And there's so much diversity here. I thought New York or America in general was so diverse, but no, like I feel like I've rarely heard any English accents. I've actually heard a lot more French, I think, than I would in Paris, but we'll see. We'll find out in 8 weeks or so when I go to Paris. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we've heard Arabic, we heard Italian, a lot of Spanish. I know I've heard that, and of course, I know Spanish. Anyway, so back to the next thing. Then the next day, we didn't do that, but whatever. We went to the British Museum. That was pretty cool. It's funny because I was telling Ashley like there was a bunch of places that I knew because I had a video game of 102 Dalmatians for the PC. Was it CD-ROM or whatever, the PC, back when I was a kid, and some of the levels there were like Regent's Park, Piccadilly Circus, Big Ben, and then British Museum, and it's funny because I was like, oh yeah, I know this place because of those video games. How juvenile. But yeah, the British Museum was really cool. We got to see the Rosetta Stone, the actual thing. funny because they have like a replica as well. It's like, please touch. But yeah, the Rosetta Stone is just a stone. You know what the Rosetta Stone is by now, many of you. But yeah, I don't know. It's really cool that it's right there. And we actually got to see mummies. That was really awesome. That was my favorite part of the whole museum. Really interesting to think that that was a thing. But yeah, like just the history in that museum of just the different civilizations from all over the world, and just I feel like, yeah, it's only a portion of their history, and there's so much more to learn. But it was, yeah, it was a really cool experience. This didn't resonate with me as much as some students, but yeah, it was a really cool. I'm glad I'm glad we went. So that's really awesome. And then after that, Ashley and I, yeah, we went, and was that day? Yeah, we went and saw Captain America: Civil War. That's funny. I don't know. I just think it's funny watching the film about Captain America in London. And some of it took place in London. The death of Peggy Carter. Sorry if I spoiled anything, but whatever. So yeah. And then after that, we went on to, let's see. No, you're fine. We went, sorry, someone just started walking. A lot of students live here. It's really cool. Yeah, no, and so really exciting, especially when they show Spider-Man. But I think the most exciting thing was I saw it before many of you Americans. But yeah, that was really cool. And the theaters here, well, the theater we went to, it felt like we were back in the 1950s. Like, it was a pretty tiny screen, actually, and the seats were not like how we're used to it is like, I don't know how to say it, like pretty steep, if you know what I mean, for everyone to see it. Here it was like, you know, still kind of flat. So if someone sat in front of you, you were screwed. But what's funny is, yeah, not a lot of people went and saw this movie, and it just premiered, a few days ago. But yeah, kind of made me think about Star Wars: The Force Awakens and how probably a lot of people out of the United States did not care about that film because it's more of an American nostalgic thing. Same thing with this film. I loved it, and it's very rare when you hear me say that about a Marvel film, because I'm not a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy or some of the other Marvel films that I've seen. But with this one, I was pretty impressed. Kind of funny though. Just how, I don't know, my friend Taylor Davis was saying, like, how you can easily tell that they just added Spider-Man in it. Like, you can just tell, and it's like, yeah, you could. Never thought of it. But yeah, and then right after that, we went and saw a production called Wonder Land. It was like a cool take on Alice in Wonderland with today's problems with using technology. So just struggles like of avatars that people are using today, and I thought it was such a cool idea. I didn't know how to feel about it because those of you that know me know that I'm not a big contemporary person when it comes to theatrical shows. I'm big into huge orchestrations, and that's why I like Phantom of the Opera, Les Mis. I mean, it's kind of funny, but I love those. But of course, I would even go back to like Roger and Hammerstein and Gilbert and Sullivan, even further back, Gilbert and Sullivan. I'm more into that kind of stuff. But today it seems like it's just like, I'm so picky about that, like seeing like the use of drums and percussion, like just percussion in general, it seems like it's like the only thing, but it worked. It worked very well. And I'm not usually a fan of using screens on Broadway shows, like television monitors or anything like that, because I feel like, oh, they're not being too creative. But it fit its purpose. The whole idea was taking the story into a way that Wonderland was, what do you call it, like a symbol of of how that's like a fake reality. Of course, it's a virtual reality that we can easily enter if we want to completely get rid of like the reality that we are in. And you know, Alice, like the character we know, is more actually of an avatar, and then there's like it's cool because there was like a black girl that played the role of Alice who got into the site Wonder Dot Land and made herself into the white Alice, the character that we know of, that we're really familiar with. And it was really cool because like it has to be, well, I don't know if it has to, but I think it would have to be like a black girl playing that part, or maybe vice versa, just because it's like, you know, she doesn't like her identity and instead she decides to go on and change that to, no, she's this lovely girl that everyone gets along with. And that is a big problem today, especially when we think about like Facebook or Twitter. Maybe even this video right now, who knows if I'm actually being real with you, right? I mean, you decide. I know I try to be like as real as possible with anyone I talk to. Instead of like pictures that we put on Facebook, that's just like, oh, we're posing. I know a few people that do that. It bugs the heck out of me, just because it's like, wow, they have like the professional photographer all the time. But you know, you do you once again. Yeah, so I think we saw this. Ashley told me that it was the second to last night that they were actually showing that show, and I'm really glad we had the opportunity to watch it, especially since I'm actually one of the few that actually does do whatever. Like I actually do like Alice in Wonderland, the story, and I don't give much consideration to what people say, like, well, Lewis Carroll was on something or whatever. Yeah, if it's true or not, I still like the story. Never bothered me as a kid. I guess that's one thing. I was a weird kid, or I understood things differently. Or both, who knows. And then after that, we walked back, and right before that was the first time I could see Big Ben, just like, but behind a bridge. But I could kind of see half the eye, the London Eye, the Millennial Eye, and that was pretty cool. But, and I thought I saw MI6 from James Bond, but no, it was like a different building. Looked cool though, but that's one of the places I'm gonna go by next time. I realized that it wasn't the building when I was thinking about Skyfall, and I was like, wait, but it was next to a bridge. That's where they saw the place explode, but we'll see. Anyway, so then the next day, what did we do? Hampton Houston. Oh, it was Saturday. Yeah, we didn't do much. We slept. Yeah, we didn't do much. We just slept. Oh no, Ashley and I we decided to just go. That was when I went to Big Ben. Yeah, I forgot about that. We decided to take a trip just on one of the buses. We never did that, and so we're like, let's just take this and see where it leads us. And it led us all the way to Piccadilly Circus. We got to see where we're gonna go watch Phantom of the Opera and Les Mis and Les Miserables, and we're gonna go watch Matilda. Pretty excited about that, especially the Revolting Children section. That's been stuck in my head this whole trip. Might be saying something about me. But yeah, it was really cool. I personally thought it was better than Times Square, and I never thought I would ever say that. Really cool. Just being in that atmosphere and seeing the many diverse ways, or what do you call it? Diverse ways of life, I guess you can say. Just like the melting pot right there. And, you know, I'm a big theater person as well. Well, not in the way of like I'm constantly acting. Hopefully I'm not. But yeah. Anyway, so after that, we passed by the Harry Potter one, the Palace Theater, and that was really cool. Man, I found out tickets are sold out till February of next year. Crazy. But we'll see. I mean, we might work a little magic, who knows. Plus, we have Alexis Kega here, who's like a hardcore Harry Potter fan, and who knows, maybe she might find a way. Just gotta be friends with her. No, you're my friend, Alexis, right? I hope. Other than that, yeah. Then we went to Big Ben, and that's where you saw the video where I was really emotional. And yeah, once again, there's something about that building that. There's something about chimes and bells that has always been a thing with me. Like I've always had like a very spiritual connection with such things. Whenever I hear that in some kind of score or just like even at BYU when I hear the bell tower every single hour or whatever, it's really cool just hearing that. Here I was just like, wow, this is like Big Ben is like the king of all clock towers and bells, and I finally got to hear it ring in person, and I think maybe it has something to do with a declaration of light, maybe something spiritual about that, thinking that it's like almost like the angels calling out all the demons around the world, and such a powerful message to everyone, declaring that here I am. I don't know, think of songs that really struck with many people, like Carol of the Bells is one of the most famous Christmas carols of all time. And I also think about in Fantasia, where Night on the Mountain and the Ave Maria are incorporated together, and the way it goes to the next score from Night on the Mountain to Ave Maria is by the declaration of a church bell, kind of fighting off the demons out. And in comes the new day, the new dawn of a day, and that's the hope that we have here in our lives, or so we hope to have. Sorry. And yeah, it won't be the only time I'm going to Big Ben. I'm going there a lot. I can look at that building all day. I really can. And it was funny because as we were walking away, there was a lady who was just passing by. She was British, and she's just like, I don't understand why people have to walk by here and they see this building, and it's just a building. That's all it is. And I'm like, cool. Well, it means something to me. So, but you know, things resonate with people differently, and for me, it's that. Yeah, it's awesome. Who knows? Maybe one day I can actually go inside and see those bells. Hunchback. But yeah, that was really cool. Then afterwards, we went to this place. We went to St. George's Gala over at the Royal Albert Theatre. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting to have an awesome time. I love concerts of any sort when it comes to like orchestra. And we heard a lot of Edward Elgar music. Of course, we heard Pomp and Circumstance, but it was just awesome that we got to see or hear a lot of that. And so, yeah, like I've always been a big fan of Elgar, and to see the citizens here really like have that rich history with, well, going back to like World War I and II, and how those like his music really is such a big part of their culture. It's funny because like Ashley and I were the only ones that really knew the songs like the White Cliffs of Dover and what is it called, Rule Britannia, or even like some people, they were singing God Save the Queen, like everyone, and then here in the study abroad they wanted to sing My Country 'Tis of Thee. I'm like, that would not really look good, but kind of funny, and many of them didn't know that, and I don't know how Ashley and I just knew some of that stuff. Maybe it's just because I don't know, I just like music so much. but yeah, and it was funny because like people were waving. I think it was the British flag. It was a white flag with a red cross on it. I think it was like the original British flag. Don't really know much history about that, but they had that flag, and throughout the concert, when people were lined up, they just go on and wave the flag, and that was really awesome. I'd never seen anything like that in America or anywhere. Um, not even 4th of July, but yeah. So um, I didn't get a flag in the beginning because I was like, well, whatever. Who cares about a flag? And then I just see everyone with these flags, and I was getting so into the whole spirit of it all. Those lady behind me, she gave me the flag. She's like, no, you use it, or whatever. Yeah, she's like, no, you have it. And I kind of felt embarrassed, and she's like, no, take it. And so I took it, and I just waved it, and throughout the whole, what were we doing? The pomp and circumstance section. We went and did that, and then the Rule Britannia. The whole time, like, it was just exciting, and she was, well, Ashley says that she gave it to me because she saw that I was, like, so into it, and I was, like, so excited, and, yeah, I don't know, it was just, like, such a wonderful energy and respect for their country. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was just awesome. I hope to do something like that again. And the conductor and the master of ceremonies, they were just awesome. Like, they were so chill, and yeah, I can't describe it. But yeah, and the Royal Albert Theatre is so beautiful. It's ginormous, and box seats all over the place, and yeah, and we're gonna go see Gladiator with a live orchestra there, so that's gonna be cool. So I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I saw that they were gonna do, or they are, I think, gonna do Amadeus in October, which I'm really sad I'm gonna miss, because Amadeus is like one of my favorite movies since I can remember. Something about Mozart, of course. And, you know, anyway. So, yeah, that was really entertaining. Can't really say much about that, but then today we had church, went back to that building that we went for class, and once again, really happy I'm there. We don't have to, we have 9 o'clock church here, so yeah, really happy it's not like far away. And yeah, so church was the same like anywhere else, and that's just a confirmation to me even more about how we are all children of God, and we're all brothers and sisters, because the church is the same everywhere, no matter where you go. Different language, maybe different cultures of some sort, but still the same layout, the same principle, same doctrine. It doesn't change, and it's awesome. We're so grateful for just being here as LDS people, and you know, it's crazy. Yeah, Michael Stanley, I think, is playing ukulele or guitar now. I can't really tell, but it sounds really pretty. I think it's him. I just saw him pass by with a bag of chips, or what do they call them, crisps. Yeah, but yeah, so but anyway, so yeah, London's great. London's good. London's awesome, and it's very magical. It really is. It's like a fairy tale. Here, I want to live here. I actually really do. But we'll see as time goes by and what happens, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. But for now, may God bless you, and just know that we care about you guys. We care about all of you, and this is just, yeah, I guess I have no more words. Good night, and have a great week. Talk to you later.